pull it up on my laptop. You're live right now, and your mic should be working. Check it.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, come with me. Anybody in here? Can you guys all hear me in here? Is there anyone here? I know this is really weird for y'all if y'all looking at this. We're trying some new things up here. Cities 92.9. Don't know who's all in here. If there's anyone, but I'm gonna try to find a way to get in here so I can see who's all in here right now to see what y'all up to, all that good stuff. Okay, I think I might be able to get some more folks. Okay, yikes. Your boy's looking crazy. I've been doing a lot of housework stuff around the house. What's going on in connection? Um, Hemingway, what's going on? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody that's in here right now. Where are y'all tuning in from? I think I'm good, Kevin. My phone is showing it. This phone, I gotta.
Bigger if you want to hear, and I can make the comments bigger too. It'd be easier for you to read.
AS, what's going on? North Carolina. It sounds weird. You. It sounds weird, as in
I might have some feedback.
might be some feedback coming in there. You might have a delay. Wow. So would they hit a commercial for this too, or they just?
I could make it, but not right now.
Okay, cool. I'm just asking, just wondering.
That's one thing I was checking. Okay, your mic works well. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone and listen to it. Just be talking a little bit.
We're not really going. We're not live yet, everybody. We just kind of like setting things up right now, trying to get into the get the audio and everything into really good. So I'm just letting y'all know that. But from my end, it seems like it sounds pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, so JT says just sound like it's a little bit of an echo. You might be hearing a microphone or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Woo. But appreciate y'all all for tuning in right now. Don't forget, the ones that are in here right now, make sure you hit that bell notification button when you subscribe to the channel. Okay, and just double check to make sure that you guys are subscribed. No, AS, I didn't see that. I have not seen that. Brandon Tatum. No, I haven't seen that video yet. Was it? Wait a minute. Was that the one with the black father or something like that, talking to his black daughter or something? I think I might have seen like a glimpse of it, but I didn't actually see the whole thing. I didn't actually see what was said, what was done, et cetera, et cetera. What's going on, Binary B? Folks, we're gonna be going live here in a little bit. This is we're live in the studio now, so it's gonna be a little different for you guys. Maybe I'll step back a little bit where y'all still can see me, you still can hear me. So I like to stand up a lot though, so I'm just letting y'all know that. Again, appreciate y'all all for tuning in here. Hope everything is going well with you guys. Hope everything is going you guys' way. All that good stuff. We'll be starting here in a little bit.
2 minutes.
Am I supposed to be hearing something through the headphones?
You should be hearing
Oh.
yourself. Turn it up a little bit. You should be.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should be hearing the ads right now.
No, I turned.
Oh, nice, nice, sweet. Mama Carol, you said people got mad at you and blocked you because you said the truth about the governor not being here for our disaster. But they did it to Ted Cruz, didn't they, during that winter storm? See Me said, "I was actually notified this time instead of a while after the fact." Nice, appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know, because you guys all know how it is with them. We all know how it is. We'll be starting here in a little bit, folks, I promise. I know, now, like I said, this is a little different from what you guys are used to. Typically, we have when I'm just live, we just kind of go. But now, since we're in radio, I have to wait for things to go a particular type of way before we get into it. So,
You can tell people too that now we're going to be able to feed the caller line, so anybody who's usually there.
okay, nice.
That'll
And
be a big.
for you that are listening right now through YouTube, we will be able to take phone calls up to the extent where you guys should be able to hear them now. So if there's anybody that's going to call in today, you guys that's on the internet, you should be able to hear it. We made some nice moves here at Cities 92.9. By the way, since you guys are here from the internet, that phone number is area code 309-451-9299. That's the phone number here. And Red, or one of my, if you're in here, Red, I see you in here, sis. Appreciate you for being in here and moderating. If you don't mind, do me a favor and put that phone number up for me. Or we'll just have it up here in a second. You guys should see it posted. There we go. Yep. Again, appreciate you guys being patient right now before the show starts. Before we get into it, should be in a minute or two, so we shall see. What is going on, Bloomington Normal? I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, aka Modern Renaissance Man. Yeah. You are listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is 2.9 is area code 309-451-9299. And you can text the show at 09-451-9299. Right now, if you would like to see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me, then go on to YouTube and type in Modern Renaissance Man, and you will see a thumbnail that shows me being live on the air. Click that thumbnail, and there I am waving at you saying hi. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you, and we're having a good looking time. All right, folks. So again, like I mentioned earlier, I hope that everybody is doing well. It is a beautiful day here in the Midwest. Finally got some good weather to come through. And you know what? With that being said, people still find ways to complain. If you're listening, babe, it's too hot. We didn't get a good transition. We didn't get to have the spring weather. This is already mid. People, it's a beautiful day outside, and I would urge you all to get out there and enjoy it, except between the times in 3 and 5, because that way, you won't be listening to me. So, with that being said, folks, I am glad that everybody that's listening to me right now, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're alive. I'm glad that you listen to this. So, I want to get into something here real quick, all right? And I'm pretty sure you guys all heard about it, and I had a real good time. You heard about those 2 lawmakers that were in Tennessee that got kicked out for disorderly behavior, right? And it's very interesting because I'm not going to go through the whole thing and let you guys all know the ins and outs about it, but you guys all know enough about it that they were being disorderly and they were removed and pretty much taken away, their power taken from them rightfully so. Well, then, this is Kamala Harris. She wanted to go there and pay a visit to support them. And what we found to be very interesting is that she didn't go there because of that hate crime that happened. And I know that here in Cities 92.9 and the listening area in Central Illinois, you guys didn't get to hear me go on this, but I'm still going to add my 2 cents to it anyway, because the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to let it slip through. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever that hate crime happened, yes, the hate crime. What hate crime? The one with that crazy lunatic trans went in and performed a hate crime by deleting some children and some adults at this Christian school. And yes, absolutely 100%, it was a hate crime. And I just want to bring this up because I want to tell you guys and I want to show you guys that this is what they do when they want to try to protect this community. If you are of the alphabet community and you commit some sort of crime, they will find some shape, form, or fashion or a way to try to protect them by overshadowing it with other things, like this incident that I mentioned before with those 2 guys that got kicked out and got their power taken because they displayed disorderly behavior. Kamala Harris goes to Nashville where this happened at. She goes there out of support of them. She didn't go there to show her support, to show her sympathy, to give her condolences, to give her thoughts and prayers to the families that lost their children, their brother, their sister, their husband, their wife, their cousin. She didn't go there for that. She went there because, we got another thing that America is crazy about. America is bloodthirsty over, and that's racism. Oh, man, they removed these 2 black guys. They took their power away. What atrocity. This is just terrible. This is what's wrong with America, while at the same time completely doing this to overshadow that trans from the alphabet community committing a crime towards Christians, going into the school, deleting young children and deleting other adults. And since we like to play, since they like to play these games and always want to throw race in the mix, why couldn't we throw race in the mix with this trans lady who went in and deleted 3 children and 3 adults because one of those adults happened to be a black man? Why couldn't we cry racism then like we did with all those other so-called mass shootings? Right? Anytime there was some other type of mass shooting, what did they do? They immediately wanted to go in and already knew the manifesto. They knew the person's name, where he was born, the potato chips he ate the other day, how many times he used the bathroom, if he sits down and use the bathroom to pee. They knew all these things about these other shooters. And no, he was a hateful person. He was racist. He did not like black people. He was racist, and they knew all these things. But when it came to this lunatic trans, and I'm gonna keep on saying it because I'm drilling it in like they do with everybody else. When this lunatic trans went in and deleted those 3 children and those 3 adults, well, we don't know if it's a hate crime. Yeah, we don't have all the specifics. We don't know if we want to release the manifesto just as of because we still got to do a little bit more investigating. Yeah, I'm sure. See what I'm saying? They don't like it when it's been put back in their face because this so-called people that are supposed to be about love and all the hate comes towards them, and they the intolerance is all towards them. They're right, but when one of theirs from their community go and commit this crime, what's said through the news? Well, look, before we get to the story, let's make sure we get her pronouns right. I mean, although she's deceased, we do want to show respect and tell the world that we still going to try to respect her by calling her pronouns. I call her by her pronouns, was and were. Like I said before, that's the pronouns, was and were. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal, though. Because this is going to be one of these things where I know, and I've said it before, it is going to upset certain people. My fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, I am talking to y'all. How much longer do you guys plan on taking this? How much longer do you plan on allowing this attack on Christianity which is if you're part of this kingdom that I'm in, how much longer are you guys going to allow this to happen? I'm not just talking about what happened with the school. I'm not just talking about that, because I'll raise you another one on this. That crazy, demonic, lunatic, cowardly trans woman that attacked that Christian school, deleting individuals. She was going to go to another school. I don't know if you guys knew this. She was going to go to another school, but she decided not to because that school had too much security. Now that they released from her manifesto, which, as I told you guys before, why aren't we getting any more of that information? But that was released from the manifesto. There was too much security at the other Christian school that she targeted that she didn't go to. Why am I saying that? Christian people, you guys are displaying exactly where you are and where you think that you are in Christ. What am I saying? For those of you that allow people to just dog us, talk bad about us, come into our spaces and feel like they can do what they want to in our spaces. I'm talking about our gatherings. I'm talking about at our church building. I'm not my personal home church. It don't happen here. They get they're giving you guys the same exact thing that I told a lot of you white people. Yes, I said white people that I said I got pissed off at you guys about. This so-called white guilt. You guys are not speaking up. You guys are not speaking out. You guys are not standing up for yourself. You guys are not coming back at individuals that are attacking you guys because of they got you feeling some type of white guilt. Well, guess what? The same exact mental game is being played on a lot of Christian people. We're a Christian nation, and y'all getting y'all butts whooped left and right. Getting smacked left and right. What they have done to the white people in America is exactly what they're trying to do to Christians here in America. Hit us with some type of guilt that if anybody says anything to us, do anything to us, if anybody tries to come at us a certain type of way because they feel that Christians always were the ones that were so judgmental, so this, and now all of a sudden they put the same game on Christians, and Christians are just sitting back. Oh, well, I'm not. Well, I don't know what organization, as far as denomination, a lot of you that are followers of Christ are part of, but the one that I'm a part of, we are not these jellyback, weak, scared, fearful Christians. You will not come at us in a particular way because we will check you on that. I love it when some of y'all try to come at me. You seem like you're just, when you say this and you say that, when you say this about the alphabet community, when you say this about the black community, when you say this about the white people, when you say this about the Republicans and Dems, it seems so judgmental. And I got to hit them back because I'm not the one. But y'all hear more from this after we take this commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, folks, appreciate y'all tuning in. For the ones that may be just getting in here, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. I want to say hello to all of you that are in here, and hope everything is going good. I hope everybody connection is good. Hopefully, you guys are not having any problems, et cetera, et cetera. What's going on, my brother? The Deadwood is in the house. So, Binary B, you got sound issues. What you mean by that? Sometimes I'll tell one of my subs, I'll say, did you turn your volume up? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna.
It says page unresponsive.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna hit wait now. Yeah, I'm frozen. Like,
It should be fine. Let me check mine. I'm showing myself. Everybody, I'm the producer, working on making sure that we're getting the best quality content for you guys. Yeah, you show up on mine.
oh wow,
Do you want my laptop?
this is yours.
Oh, that's my laptop.
You got an F5 on here somewhere?
I don't know. Let me do this.
You good? What's going on, Bloomington Normal? I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299. And you can catch me live in the studio right now on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in Modern Renaissance Man, and when you do that, you will see a thumbnail that shows me live in the studio. And when you see me, wave at me. Actually, no, don't wave at me because I won't be able to see you waving at me unless you put the wave emoji in there. All right, folks. So before we took the break, I was just pretty much going in and telling you guys how that right now a lot of the ideology, the narrative, the rhetoric that this current system has spun, making white people feel white guilt, making you know Christians feel a certain type of way. It's the same exact type of game that they played on all of us. But I said the difference is I don't understand how and why those of us who call ourselves Christians, I don't understand why we are taken. Not me as an individual, but we. See, my brothers and sisters in Christ, I don't know what Bible you guys have been reading, but the Bible that I read, God's people fought back. And they fought back bold. Some of you guys maybe need to go back to the Old Testament and see how God and his people got down. Understand this. I understand that we're supposed to be loving. I understand that. I understand that we're supposed to have mercy. I get that. But one thing that we're not supposed to do is let nobody try to make us be in such a wrong predicament, put us in such a wrong picture that we feel that these individuals are right. They actually never even lived this life. So before I took the break, I was telling you guys how whenever these people do come at me a particular type of way and I come right back at them, I come back at them hard. I'm talking about with words, folks. I'm not talking about hurting their feelings. I'm talking about when folks come at me and they say things like, well, Ty, the Bible says you're not supposed to judge. So when you're saying these things, you're judging. I say, I will, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. That's why it's important that you, as a Christian, know your manuscript. The Bible is your manual. Yes, it said in the Bible, judge not lest you be judged. See, Ty, it says you're not supposed to judge. Finish reading it. I'm going to say it in layman terms. It says, do not judge unless you want to be judged. For whatever judgment that you judge somebody with, you're going to be judged with the same type of judgment. And to that, I say, bring it on. Because I know that as a man of God, if I am talking to you, if I am trying to help you, if I'm trying to correct you, if I'm chastising you, I'm doing it from a place of love. I'm doing it with the intentions on correcting you to put you on a better trajectory than where you were going. So if you take that as if I am judging you and it's making you feel some type of way, that's on you. Because my intentions is never to condemn you. My intentions is never to damn you. That's not my intentions is to correct the wrong that you are doing. And then coach you along the way into righteousness. But you're not going to just come at somebody like Ty Smith and just be able to throw that out there. You're not supposed to judge. Don't your Bible say don't judge? You don't even know what the Bible says. Somebody told you this is how you respond to Christians when they're actually calling you on your BS. Just throw it in there and say, you're not supposed to judge, and you haven't. It don't work for me. It does not work. See, what you've got going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, you have a lot of weak, jellyback, scared pastors, bishops, leaders of churches. You have a lot of them scared to speak out against this because it may disrupt their flow of income. Yes, you heard me. It will disrupt their flow of income. They don't want to get up there and say the right things and say the righteous things because it would disrupt their flow of income. They know that if they got up there and they preach the gospel and they preach the truth, yes, the truth, they know that it will most likely offend somebody sitting out there in the congregation. And the ones that might get offended might be the ones that might be BLM minded. They might be white guilt minded. They may be the community minded. It does not matter. Your whole point of going there, your point of even showing up there is nothing. You can go there and feel good. The point of going there is to make sure that you're straight, to make sure that you're good, to make sure that your mental capacity in your mind is good. And in order to do that, people have to sometimes call out the things that you are doing in order to correct it. So here's the example that I always give to individuals like that, because I love when they do that. They will get real offended and they focus on what I said to them, right? It hurt their feelings, what it is that I said. But they don't never think about why I said what I said. So let me give you all an example. I, as a father, I spanked my sons, right? But here's the deal. A lot of times what will happen is that the person that got disciplined or got spanked, they're upset and they are mad because they don't like the way you made them feel. When they got the spanking, that was a little bit of pain inflicted, right? But at the same time, by you disciplining them, they didn't like the way it made them feel on the inside. And because that comes with such a negative connotation, me not feeling right must mean that you are wrong. Follow me now. Again, me not feeling right about what you just did to me, therefore you must be wrong because I'm not supposed to feel bad. So you're wrong. And some of us, we all did this before. You got yourself spanked. Your parent told you to go to your room or something like that, or you got disciplined. You might have got a talking to, and your parents say, "Go in your room and don't come out until I tell you to." And you go in your room, and you start going through your own little self-reflecting. I hate my mom. I hate my daddy. Ooh, I'm gonna run away too, and everybody gonna go. They're gonna look for me, and they're not gonna find me. Ah. Yeah, you go in that room, and you do that type of self-reflection. You don't take the blame for what you did initially. But then as you sit there, you start to calm down and your logic kicks in, you sit there and think, what I did was wrong. And I most likely deserved it. Some folks don't even understand that. Some people don't have, some people don't even understand it until they get a little older too. They get to see what their parents did for them, and they will look back on those situations and say, you know what? I'm glad that my dad checked me. I'm glad that my mom checked me. I'm glad that my mom spanked me. I'm glad that my dad spanked me, because if they didn't do that, the behaviors that I had may not have been correct. That's the part that's being missed. What a lot of you folks are doing right now, from the alphabet community, from the white guilt-minded people, from BLM, what you guys are doing are the equivalents of getting a spanking. You guys are upset that you got a spanking, but you're not sitting there questioning why. Why? Why am I saying this to you? Because you don't like us. No, it's not. If you would listen intently, with logic instead of with your feelings, you would understand the reason why I'm saying the things I'm saying to you is because I'm trying to help you. I look at the end game of all these things that they're doing to you, and all these things lead up to destruction. You really think, come on now, do you really think the government is having all this stuff happen because they want to help you? No. They want to allow you crazy folks to do all the things that you're doing because they know in the end it's going to destroy you, which means it's going to be less of you around. Okay, Ty, what are you talking about? Keep on pushing this gender affirmation surgery. Keep on pushing these people that got some strong mental issues that are going on, having gender dysphoria, and you are encouraging them and pushing them into doing something with their body without thinking about the long-term ramifications. When these people go and they trans over and they get their body parts switched over, they get gender affirmation, they have this surgery done, their deletion rate increases. Listen, those that are listening to, across the airways right now, Cities 92.9, those of you that are listening to me right now, I have to say deletion because I can't say the word I want to say. So in other words, if a person leaped off of a building, that act that they did is self-deletion, if y'all follow me. Okay? This is for those that are listening out in the airways right now. YouTube don't want me to say that word that rhymes with ooh, I, if y'all get what I'm saying. So that's my point. They already struggle with that already as it is. They already struggle with self-deletion as it is. But then when they go and get these surgeries done, and it's completed, and they're getting ready to go into this life of utopia, it increases. Some of them can't deal with it, and they completely self-delete. So tell me, what good was it to encourage them to do this? What good was it to get behind these people and praise them for having these gender reassignments and things done, when in the end, it made their lives worse? If there's anybody out there right now that disagree with me, you might be a trans, I would love for you to call in. Folks, we'll be right back. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Season 92.9. All right, folks, still appreciate you guys all tuning in right now. Don't forget to hit that like button so the video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to also double check to make sure that you are subscribed, if you are subscribed to my channel already. So those of you who may be new over here, I always tell people, check my channel out in its entirety. Go to the playlist, look at all those different things I do on my channel, and then get an idea about what my channel is all about. And then if you feel like you want to go ahead and jump on board and subscribe. Also, to those of you that want to support the channel through Patreon, you can go to Patreon/Modern Renaissance Man. That's where you can find it. But again, I appreciate you guys all being here right now. The phone number here for the ones that are listening to YouTube, the area code, again, is right there up on the screen. Y'all should be able to see it right there somewhere. Let me see if I'm pointing the right way. I don't know if it's here. Hey, Jim Adams, go on to when you go on to Cities 92.9, you got to go to the live. They're saying, somebody said that when they went to go to Cities 92.9, they said Ben Shapiro was playing. Yeah, Jim Adams, go on to Cities 92.9 and go to the live listing.
Maybe it could be an issue with our app, but it's not intentional if that is. But I looked at our website and everything. Our website looks fine. I didn't know if you wanted your logo in the corner like that, but I put it up.
Oh, yeah, that's crypto market. Just reading some of you guys' comments right here. What's going on, Mr. And we are back, Bloomington Normal. Welcome back. I am Todd Smith, aka Modern Renaissance Man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299. You can text the show at number 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio, just go over to YouTube, go to the search bar and type in Modern Renaissance Man, and you will see me live in the studio here at Cities 92.9. All right, folks, so before I took the break, you guys heard me going in about this craziness that's going on in our world right now when it comes to the government claiming and putting things into place for their so-called healthy people, particularly you that are of the alphabet community and you that may be black. I got a question for you guys. What progression have you guys seen since George Floyd with the black community? I want y'all to think about that. Anybody that may be in the Blow-No area or the Bloomington Normal area, Decatur, Illinois, Champaign, Springfield, Kankakee, those surrounding areas, I want y'all to really think about that. Since George Floyd, since all peaceful protesting, peaceful protesting, all the marching, all the looting, can y'all tell me and or show me how much better the black community has become since then? I'll wait. You're not going to be able to find anything. You want to know why? It didn't get better. In fact, it even got worse. Want to know why? Because now you got a lot of people that bought into that nonsense. They have more hatred in their heart right now, not only just for a certain race of people, white people, particularly police, but also a hatred for their country. This narrative and this rhetoric have a lot of folks believing that they are born in a country that completely hates them, having no idea that the government that is pushing you to believe that are the real ones that hate you. If I encourage you to do something that I know that the end of it is going to be your destruction, who is the one that really hates you? Who is the one that really hates you? You got the government saying and doing the most craziest thing, like right now. They're getting to the point to where if your minor child wants to get a complete sex change, you as a parent may be at a point in your life where you're going to be violating your child's right because your child understands fully and consent to having their sex change. They can't even drive yet. They can't even drink yet. They can't even go to certain places yet. They got to be at home by a certain time of the day. But yet at the same time, this demonic, disgusting, hellish, ridiculous, crazy system is pushing things through legislation to be able to allow your kids to trump over you as a parent and allow them to get these things done. But then they call somebody like me and others like myself, we're the ones that's full of hate. We're the ones that's so judgmental. I don't know if you guys know this, but Elon Musk, he left a tweet pretty much saying that any parent that allows their young child who has not gotten to the point to where they are a full thinking, mature adult, if they allow their child to have this done, he said they should be put in prison for life. Excuse me. And you know what? I agree. I agree. You as a parent, your number one thing to do for your child is to protect them. You are to provide for them. But the protection, you are to protect your child from all danger and harm. Why, as a child, were you taught what a stranger was? You were taught what a stranger was. The Deadwood, thank you for the message right here. The Deadwood here on YouTube said, you're the exposure of hate. That's why they come after you, Ty. And he's absolutely right, because I'm pulling their card. The other day on YouTube, I started talking about a particular subject, a particular person. I started saying it, and I told them, watch what happens, and my stream got shut down. They want to suppress the truth because, just like that good book says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. They don't want you Americans to be free. They want y'all to be in bondage. Be in bondage to them financially. That's why they're trying to mess up the U.S. dollar right now. Trust in them. Trust in your government for your welfare mentally. That's why they want to put all you instantly on antidepressants that actually increases your deletion rate. They love you so much that they will allow you to go and completely destroy your children's childhood by mutilating their genitals. Your child hasn't even had a chance to even go through puberty, to go through adolescence, and you're doing this to your child. That is flat out child abuse. And here's the crazy thing behind that. The parents that are advocating for this, y'all are crazy. No. I'm not saying that to be like funny. You know how they be like, y'all are legit crazy. Like mentally, y'all are the ones that have mental illness. For you as a freaking adult that have something, put something in your mind, in your head, that your child may come up and say, Mommy, I'm a goyle. Okay, let's go get your penis and your scrotum cut off. For you as a parent to even go along with it, something is wrong with you mentally. If you don't agree with what I'm saying right now, you can easily come on YouTube. We will send you a link, and you can get on here and try to convince me, a sane, normal, intellectual, logical, critical thinking person like myself. You can attempt to try to convince me where you're right in this situation. But y'all not going to do that. Y'all going to do what y'all typically do. You're just going to call it out because y'all scared of individuals like me. You're not going to jump up here and try to disprove me on this. What you're going to do, you're going to wait till this whole show is over. You're going to go and you're going to email me. You're going to comment on this channel. You're going to comment on this video. You might drop some DMs in my Instagram. You might leave some messages on TikTok on my channel. You might leave some messages on Twitter. But why do y'all have a hard time facing individuals like myself and talking to me face to face about this? You want to know why? Because you know good and dang on well that if the words that I speak are such full of light, it's going to bring darkness to you. And again, you are not going to like the way that it makes you feel. You're not going to like the way it makes you feel. All right, folks. So right now we got someone that's on the line right now that's calling in, and we're getting ready to take that call. All right. So we're getting ready to see what this is about. Caller, you're on C's 92.9. You're not gonna like the way it makes you feel. All right, folks. So right now. Hello, caller, you're on C's 92.9.
I didn't know if you were ready for me. Do I have to turn my TV down?
Yes. Turn the background TV down, or turn that down for us.
Okay, let me do that. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
I agree with what Ty is saying, and I think when you mutilate these children, they're going to have severe problems, and they don't even tell them that. Have you heard of Chloe Cole?
Yep.
Yeah, and I watched this poor girl. I watched her have an interview with Glenn Beck, and she will never get her body back. And she will never be able to nurse children, and she doesn't even know if she'll be able to have a child. I think it's a disgrace. It's a demonic world we're living in.
Oh, absolutely. And, the sad part about it is that the people already had problems as it was before they even went and done any of this so-called gender reassessment or gender affirmation, gender reassignment. They already had mental issues already as it was. And then to go in there and do this to themselves, you can't fight against nature. Nature is always going to come back and try to right things. But in this case, they can't reverse it.
Yeah, it's a disgrace, and you know, God designed male and female, and I just can't fathom it. And I'm glad I'm a 70-year-old woman, and my children are all grown and normal, and I just thank God I don't have any young children.
How old are your grandchildren?
I have one grandson. He is 17 and he's a junior in high school. And thank God he has a godly mother who has trained him right, and he's doing very well.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. So let me ask you this question.
Sure.
You don't have to tell me your age, but since you got grandchildren, we're just going to assume that we know what your age may be. Did you ever think...
I'm 70.
Okay, as a 70-year-old woman, did you ever think that this would be something that we would even have to even be talking about, discussing?
No, even 5 years ago, I couldn't fathom it. I've worked in social services all my adult life and never came across any of this. And I just feel we're in the end times, and people have just turned over to demons. Because who would want to mutilate a little 5-year-old?
You are absolutely 100% correct. And thank you so much for dropping those words off, because we get ready to come up on a break right here. I appreciate you calling in. Do me a favor. Make sure you call in every time we have this show. Become familiar with it, because we love hearing from you guys. Also, make sure you call in to Kev tomorrow, too, as he's doing his show. We really appreciate you calling in. So God bless you, sis. Folks, you just got done hearing her. Folks don't like it. She made a good statement there that folks don't like. She said it's very demonic and folks are demons. And which is going to bring me up to a next point about a movie I saw, and I really urge y'all to see it. So we're going to take a break here, folks. We'll be right back. All right, folks, I'm going to be right back.
I'll talk to him. That's
Are those waters in the fridge, Kev?
Yeah, I had another one over here, but I just...
All right, now that he's gone, I can talk about anything I want to talk about. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Hoping and praying that every last one of you is... I forgot how he ends it, but you guys all know. Hoping and praying every last one of you is doing great, and God bless you through Jesus. I'm the producer, so I'm the one. My name's Kev. I have my own YouTube channel if you guys want to check it out, at Speechless Kev. You could Speechless with Kev Ferris. You can see whenever I comment. I'd love if you guys check that out. But he's coming back now, so let's all just pretend like we weren't talking crap about him. Oh, great to see you again, Ty. Hi, Liz. Hi, Speechless. You guys are awesome.
Mama Don is in the house. Mama Don. You gonna cam up, sis? Maybe we'll do it on the second half of the show. I need to see what time we got. Okay, yeah, Mama Don, at the 4 o'clock show, when we start that, we're gonna put out a link, so have you come up.
Do you want me to put the link out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to? Okay.
Mama Don, I'm getting ready to put the link out there, sis, all right? Oh, yeah, you're on a different time stamp than us, so I got another 10 minutes before I go into the 4 o'clock show.
All right. I'll get the link out there. I got to bring you back on first, though.
And we are back, Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at that same number, 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me, I can read your chats. You can actually get a link to where you can come on and talk to me. Go onto YouTube and type in Modern Renaissance Man and click the link that says live, and you will see me here in the studio. All right, folks, so before we took the break, we had a caller that called in, 70 years old, grandmother of one, and she is thankful that her 17-year-old grandson was raised by a good Christian family to where he don't have to worry about being influenced by a whole lot of this crazy nonsense that's been pushed around in our world right now, to where all it is just a complete setup for the destruction of individuals. Plain and simple. It is a complete destruction of humans. And I'll say this again, I'm going to keep on saying it. Anytime, and I think Ronald Reagan said it too. Ronald Reagan made a comment and said, anytime the government says, hey, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Nope. Nope. He said, nope. Absolutely not. They are not there to help. And this is the deal, folks. You have to actually keep that in mind all the time, that anytime the government, ooh, we have an idea, and this idea is going to be very helpful. Ooh, we have an idea, and this idea is going to be very helpful. You need to instantly reject it already, or better yet, you better be skeptical of it. You better be on the lookout for it. You better be on the watch out for it and see what the end game behind all this is. So let me give you all an example. We were all told how Twitter is spying on us. You remember that? Not Twitter, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Rewind. TikTok, the Chinese app, was spying on us. And so they had this huge hearing with the TikTok CEO. And they want to put it through legislation to ban things like TikTok because how they can spy on you, yada, yada, peanut butter. But if you go and you read exactly what's all included in that, the government wants everything that's social media related, everything that's computer related, everything that's all your apps, everything the government wants access to. They're going to be able to know where you are, when you're there, what time you got there, where you're driving, what you ate, what you thinking about eating. And you thought it was all about TikTok. That's what they do. They do things, they bring up a subject that they feel that you may agree with them on, like, oh, racism. Yeah, see, that's the slick part about it. Majority of people are going to say, no, I do not like racism. I do not like racism. So this is what the government would do. Great. They don't like racism. But let's bring up something. Let's do something. Let's create a subject. Let's create a scenario and make it happen. And then we're going to call racism on it. And then everybody that don't like racism will be mad and they'll be on our side. And they think that we're here to help them because we called out. That's what they do. They don't want you. They don't expect you guys to actually logically and critically think through things and see the matter for what it really is. They don't want that. And you have to understand that whenever they do come with things like that, you have to always be alert because they are doing nothing than to try to get you roused up, to get us Americans roused up, to cause division. Because if you got people that are angry, if you got people that are fearful, you can control those people.
I can put you on hold if you want.
Plain and simple. You can easily control those people. And right now, folks, we have somebody that called in, and we're getting ready to see what this call is about and to see what this is going on here. Caller, you are on Cities 92.9. This is Ty.
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
I'm doing good, always. How are you?
Good. I've seen you, you're changing topic. You're talking about transgenderism, and now you're talking about racism. I'm sure you were aware of you make a video about Kamala Harris going to Tennessee about the two gentlemen that were expelled from the State House.
Yes.
Okay, so do you watch the recording video for the other members?
The other members?
Yeah, the other members, they make a video. Those who expelled them, those who decided to expel them, they make a video.
No,
you listen to that video?
No, I saw the video of them. I saw the video of them being expelled, and then I also saw the video when the guy actually said, based off the Constitution section, I hereby expel them.
Well, but they should not be expelled because there's no specific when it comes to disorderly conduct. What is considered to be a disorderly conduct? That's
No.
what I'm saying. Do you listen to the audio? There was an audio where they're them planning to expel them beforehand. So before the vote, they already made the decision to vote to decide to expel them.
Oh, so you're saying before they so-called had this disorderly
They decided
behavior
to expel
outbreak
them.
that they were already going to expel those individuals?
Yeah, they're already in the voting. So pretty much you said they submitted a resolution to get him expelled from as a member of the state house. So pretty much it was already done before even the planning. So and also this notion that you always proclaim that racism don't exist. It's just come on.
Who said
You were
that?
born in this country. I wasn't born in this country, but I have my brothers and sisters that came in the 1960s and 70s.
Wait,
So you can't
who
say
said
that we don't have a history of racism in this nation.
who said racism don't exist?
Well, you said that, but when Kamala Harris were there, you say that she went to pandering. That's not what you said. That's
Right, but
so how do you know that wasn't a racial issue when you don't have all the details?
Wait, this is what I'm going to go back to. You said that I claim that racism don't exist. Give me an example.
Well, I mean, in this particular case, you said that she went to as a pandering that to claim there was a racial issue.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that was not a racial issue when you don't have all the details?
I do have the details. The details were that they were being disorderly during that expulsion, and you said they already had it in the works. They were going to expel these guys, right?
They have a video, they have an audio that is running around online YouTube.
Okay, so check this out.
And actually, Laura Martin played it.
Right.
CNN, MSNBC played it, and they said they already plan to expel them out of the state house. So it's not like, and this notion that these guys or certain, I'm not saying that every individual is racist, of course not. It's just, but of these southern states that have a history of racism in America, you can't deny that.
No, I don't deny the history of racism here. I don't
So
deny that
how do you know that? How do you know that before you giving an opinion? Before I know your job is to entertain people. I understand. To get them all
No, that's a
worked
nice
out.
try.
Yeah, it is.
Nice try. That's not going to work on somebody like me. So let me tell you how this ended up becoming a thing where it's race baiting. See, being a black man, last time I checked, this is the tactics that are being played. You want to know why? Because there's been groups that I've been asked to join and seeing how they work. So, of course, if I know their tactics and I know their strategy, that's how I can say that I know that it's race baiting because I was pulled in at one point of trying to be a part of Rainbow Coalition, okay, NAACP, and even up to the extent to right now, they want to have a certain person. Black Lives Matter came and tried to recruit me. And you want to know why? Because it's all about baiting people in. So when you said, how do I know this was about race? The guys themselves said it. Did you see when he was up there talking? My country, we've been fighting this battle for 400 years, and we have a long way. So when he was saying all that, was he not talking about racism?
Well, but because in based on the history of the state.
You didn't answer my question. When he did that, was he talking about racism?
Yes, because of the history of the state of Tennessee. I just answered your question.
So when you said, how do I know that this was about a racist thing, I just gave you the answer to it.
But you assuming there was no race.
No. No.
Because you don't have all the details. How can you make a claim?
There was no racism. It's just that's what.
How do you know that when you don't have all the details of the audio?
Sir, if you
You're
do
already
something,
preempted on removing from office.
If you do something illegal, if you do something that's disorderly, that's called the law. That's not called racism. That's called the law. Last time I checked, right? Like right now, if you get in your car and you go 10 miles above the speed limit and you get a ticket, is that racism or did you break the law?
Let me explain to you. So there were three people.
Well, you hear the music
two
playing
guys
right
and
now.
the white woman.
If you could, you might be able to call back because we got 10 seconds left before the next show starts at 4:00. So I'll be more than happy to talk to you about this again if you want to call back up here. But we got to get ready to cut out for the next show to start though. So, but do appreciate you calling in and all that. And like I said, you can try to call back again, folks. Shout out to the caller. We like when we have a differences of opinion up here at Cities 92.9. But right now we have to take a break and we will be back. You're listening to Cities 92.9 and News Talk of Bloomington Normal. I wonder if he's staying on because I wouldn't mind talking to him. I wouldn't.
I was just like, we gotta get, and he kept rambling, and it was like, we gotta.
That's fine. All right, folks.
He called in the first time. So here's the story about that guy. Is he calls in the first time, and I say, "What do you want to talk about?" And he says, like Dr. Fauci or something. And I was like, "Okay, well, that's not what Ty's talking calls back again, and then I'm like, "What do you want to talk about?" And I'm like, could tell that it was the same guy, but he did say the stuff that you were talking about and like talked about like, what you were talking about. So I was like, okay, we'll see what happens here. I knew he was gonna argue because that was one of the guys. I'm pretty sure I dunked on that guy.
Oh, for real?
I think that was the one when he tried to talk about white Catholics or something like that, and I.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even pay attention to the voice or anything like that. Some of the words he was saying, I couldn't really catch on to some of the stuff that he was saying, but I mean, I got a general idea about it, which is fine. Mama Don, y'all, if you're still in here, did you get that link?
So Miss Scarlet is in here, but she
that's-
has no device connected.
Mama Don, we know that we see you in the back chat, but it says you have no device connected. So I don't know if you're trying to do it through your phone, Mama Don, or what, but it's showing that the connection is not all the way there.
Now they're not there. Now nobody's there.
Okay, she probably clicked out and probably trying to come back in. Folks, we are on a break right now. And again, shout out to the callers that have called in thus far. The phone number here is 309-451-9299. Just to let y'all know that.
Okay. Do you want camera on, or is it fine if they don't?
Hmm?
Do you want camera on?
Yeah, I know who Mama Don is. She don't have the cam up. Yeah. Scarlet.
Tell them I'm in my bed. I do not want somebody looking at my bedroom.
Mama Don, I can't hear you right now. We're gonna probably get back into it once the show starts, and then we'll go right now.
Sorry if that came in through the live stream. I'm working on making sure all audio is working here good. Echo, yeah.
It came to me.
Echo, echo.
Okay, I'm working on fixing it.
Sabrina said, "Wow, I'm awake."
Okay.
Nope, Mama Don, I can't hear you, sis.
That's
Can
my
you hear
fault.
me now?
I'm fixing it, guys. Sorry about
Are
that.
you good?
Can't hear these dogs.
Scarlet, I declare you're not meant to be heard from
I
the
know what the issue
Carolinas.
is, I think.
I do declare.
No.
Mama Don, you there?
I'm here.
Is there echo though?
Oh, there's nothing. Like you can see her audio
Yeah, I can see
thing
that.
moving, but
But if the echo's not there, that's
somebody
a
said
plus.
we can hear her and her puppy.
Yeah, so they can hear. I'm working on making sure we can hear her in the studio. There's no echo anymore, though, right?
Not on my end.
That's a big.
Special petite.
Don't worry, I'm working on this. Okay, there's no echo. That's good. Starting there.
It's down on her knees and hugs me.
Let's play this through.
Love me like a rock of ages.
Don't forget, everybody, to hit that like button so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, hit that like button. Can you hear me now, Ty? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Verizon. I'm not on
I know you
Verizon.
guys can hear her, but we can't hear.
Don't worry, I'm working on it. I know what the issue is. I just gotta find a fix to it.
Mr. Collins, I want to let you know too, my friend. I do have Discord now. I just gotta get the works into figuring out how it works and all that good stuff. Just wanted to let you know that.
Okay, now try to.
Can
I
you
think
hear me?
there we go. I fixed it.
I
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Now I can.
Sup.
Oh, there we go. No, yeah, I can. You
Yep.
just said sup. Okay, I got you.
Keep talking though. I'm working on making sure that the audio goes good for the radio. Awesome.
Oh!
That's good stuff. All right, thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Might be a little bit of a delay, but I still was able to hear you. So
It's a delay on my end.
Okay, you're about to come back live on radio too.
okay, cool.
I'm gonna.
You need somebody to introduce you.
They're able to hear all this too.
Not this, no.
Okay.
I'll make it so they can if you want me to.
They can't cancel him or Cities 92.9. It's Cancel This with Ty Smith.
And we are back, Blow No, Blooming to Normal. You are listening to my show, Cancel This. I am Ty Smith, your host, aka Modern Renaissance Man. The phone number here is 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio, go on to YouTube right now, type in Modern Renaissance Man, and you will see me waving at you, and you can wave back with an emoji and all that good stuff, and I can see you. You can interact with you. Yeah. I can interact with you, and you can interact with me. You can also click this link that I can give you to where you can come on and talk to me as well. Which brings me to my next guest that's on here right now. Miss Scarlett, how are you doing?
I'm just fine.
Good. So, Miss Scarlett, you were listening in probably to the last conversation I was just having with the young man that called in and a young woman that called in. And before we go on to everything else, what are your thoughts on that?
The Tennessee Three, I think they just wanted a lot of attention. And how else? I mean, look at AOC. How did she get her attention? By acting up and acting crazy. And that's all it is. The more attention they get to themselves, the more popular they become, the more people give them money. And you think about how much they make and how rich they are now. It's kind of sickening.
Question for you.
AOC. She said she was a bartender. She couldn't even afford an apartment when she moved to Washington. And now, she's making all kinds of money from people just throwing it at her to do this or do that. Or she's going to elite movie star premiere. It's sad, but that's what happens when you go up to Congress. If you don't have the right reason to go, if you don't want to change or you don't really want the country to do well and you're just doing it for your own selfish reasons.
Question for you. You're from the Carolinas.
Yes, I am.
And I know that you guys are all about, when it comes to family, I know you guys are really big on traditional family.
Mommy and daddy and children. We try not to get divorced if we can help it.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to set some people off, which is completely fine with everything that's going on in the world. What is a woman?
Me, an adult woman born biology as a female with the JJ. With the insides of a little girl, with the DNA, all the things that makes a woman a woman. That's why I get angry when a man puts on a makeup and a wig and says he's a woman. And I'm like, you have no clue what it's like to be me. You don't know the things that I go through as a woman. And they're sitting there saying, oh, was it that Dylan Mulvaney saying he skipped his period? I just wanted to throw up. I'm like, seriously, this is disgusting. Whoever thought it was a good idea for this silly man to advertise for tampons? Where's it going to stick? I mean, everybody's mad about beer, but what? He can drink a beer. Anybody can drink a beer if they want to. Never drank one. But
well, wouldn't he be considered underage if he say that he's a teenager? He claims to be a female teenager. So wouldn't that be illegal for him to or it or whatever the freaking heck it is to be drinking? Isn't that underage
It's
drinking?
he's a silly mime. He's not. There is nothing. No, I don't even know. I mean, little girls don't act like that. You know, he acts like just
Something else.
something made up, like a cartoon character or something. Because I don't know any females, small, large, anything that act that way.
Darn. You literally took my next question. I was going to ask you that in all your growing up, if you ever encountered any little girls you played with when you were a little girl, any teenagers that you were around when you were becoming a teenager, and any women that you were around when you were becoming a woman that act like how Dylan acts and act as well as a lot of these other so-called men who think they're women act.
If people don't no, but if you think about it, when you watch his 300, I only watched like one episode, and he was saying his first day he cried 3 times. This is basically saying this is what a woman's day's like. I'm like, okay, first of all, if I decided every day I'm going to go buy clothes, my husband would murder me. You know, especially I couldn't afford them. That don't happen. Second of all, I don't have a cry that I just all of a sudden, I mean, there would have to be a reason I'm crying. I'm just cry just to cry. And I don't care how many times a day I do it if I do. You know, it's so silly. It's almost like someone who thinks this is how a woman should act. I don't know where he saw it or whatever, but it was making fun of women. There's no other way to put it. That's completely, and you know, I got in an argument. Well, not an argument, but I was trying to let this person know, look, this is against God. God, he says, where in the Bible does it say, you know, that against transgender? I said, first of all, you can go to several books of the Bible, but there's one, I believe, is it Isaiah?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, Matthew 5:19, where he says that a man shall not dress like a woman and a woman shall not wear men apparel. I don't think he's meaning women shouldn't wear pants. He's saying that a man shouldn't be dressing up like a woman and a woman shouldn't be acting like a man. And they're like, oh, it's not. I said, yes, it is. I said, it's in the Bible several times.
Yeah. And where it says also that mankind should not lay down with mankind as he would womankind.
And then the burning of, oh, I love this one. Deuteronomy. I mean, it's Genesis, where Lot goes to the gates to get the 2 men that were sent to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh yeah, they wanted them men wanted them angels.
Yeah, and they said that, they just wanted to introduce themselves. And I'm like, no. If that were true, then why would Lot offer his virgin daughters who have not known anyone? They said the same word. They've not known any men. I mean, it's letting you know these men wanted to have sex with these men. Yeah. And then they said, we'll do worse to you if you don't send them out. And then the 2 angels blinded them. But everybody's like, oh, no, they just wanted to get to know. Read the rest of the scripture. You're wrong. You're dead wrong.
Well, in a sense, Mama Don, they were right because they wanted to get to know them. You know how the Bible said, and Adam knew her?
Well, they keep saying that meant that they
wanted to know him all right.
Well, I seen a gay preacher. He's not a preacher. The gay man pretending to be a preacher, saying that, he was trying to show him hospitality. Yeah, okay. What kind of? I don't want to know that kind of hospitality. Somehow I don't know. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable. So
but that's what he said. They take the scripture, they pick out parts. They think, this is what. No. If you read the rest of the scripture, you'll see it tells you plainly what they wanted.
And that's the part that I mentioned in the show earlier. I was saying how it's amazing to me right now. Well, I'm not shocked by it, but it is really amazing that, number one, you got so-called bishops and pastors and preachers, evangelists, and all these people who are accepting of this stuff, which to me, they're not any minister, pastor, preacher, whatever like that tries to find any shape, form, or fashion to justify this particular type of lifestyle. They are not of God, period. But yet at the same time, on the other end, the fact that other ministers, pastors, preachers, teachers, whatever, who do not allow that to happen in church, it's crazy that a lot of them are not speaking out and calling out the ones that also are doing it, that are supposed to be ministers and pastors and all that.
Well, there's some Vadi Bachman, he's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I love him.
And is his name Justin Pearson?
Yep, Jesse Lee Peterson.
No, he's crippled. I think his name is Jason Pearson or Justin Pearson. I can't remember. It's not coming to me right now. He's got a slight form of what is it? Where your muscles start tensing up. It's not muscle dystrophy, but
muscle atrophy?
No.
Dystonia?
No, usually it causes a lot of people have it severely, cerebral palsy.
Oh, cerebral palsy, okay.
Yeah, he has a slight form of that. Like he's in a wheelchair and his hands they're kind of curled up. But he talks about false teeth. And so does
wait.
I can't think of his name either.
Hold on for a second. Mama Don, I'm sorry. We get ready to come up on a break, Mama Don. Just stay on line real quick. I'm getting ready to close this out real quick, but we're going to be coming right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Scarlett on the line right now. You're listening to Season 2.9, the News Talk of Bloomington Normal, and we will be right back after this break.
Here's the Bloomington Normal forecast on Cities 92.9.
I'm Staff Meteorologist John Weatherby. Our mix of sun and clouds, gusty south winds this afternoon. Chance of showers and thunderstorms this evening. Then showers become likely. Possibly a thunderstorm, gusty winds, low 50. Tomorrow, showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm.
Weather from Summers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling.
Summers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. We take pride in your comfort. Just call Summers.
Keep money in your pocket with this tax tip from your friend Rick at Tax and Accounting Plus.
Higher education comes at a cost. You want to make sure you are taking advantage of all available tax credits for you and your dependent. The Tax and Accounting Plus team have over 100 years of experience and are experts on the American Opportunity Tax Credit and the Lifetime Learning Credit for higher education. We will determine if you can apply for these credits and will have your return submitted correctly to keep money in your pocket. Give Tax and Accounting Plus a call today.
The secret to a great ribeye steak at Eric's 2 is the cut of the meat.
Hey, Dad, it's time for you to step aside and let me in the kitchen.
Show me how you cook a great ribeye steak, son.
I learned everything from you, Dad, in our secret family recipes.
Like my son Christian always say,
our food's so great, you'll scrape your plate.
Try your luck on their slots from Prairie State Gaming. Download the Red Carpet Rewards app from Prairie State Gaming to earn monthly prizes. Eric's 2. Look for Eric's big sign right off I-55 near Market Street.
In times of war, peace, and everyday...
Oh, okay.
Sorry, everybody, if you were hearing the ads. I didn't mean to make it so that you could do that. It was because I turned it on earlier. That was my fault. You should be able to hear Scarlett now. I think.
What did I say?
There we go. Yeah, we got her.
I talked too fast.
Sorry about that. I got I accidentally had the ads on. Didn't mean to do that for you guys. But if you are in the area and any of those ads interested you, definitely try to check out those businesses and such. We're about to be right back.
His name was Jesse Peters and John MacArthur.
What is going on, Bloomington Normal? I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here, area code 309-451-9299. You can text the show at that same number, 309-451-9299. And if you would like to see me live in the studio, go over to YouTube, go to the search and type in Modern Renaissance Man, and you will see me live in the studio waving at you, you looking at me looking at you. We having a good looking time. All right? So before we took the break, you guys heard Miss Scarlett on the line who was getting ready to give us some more gems about this individual that she was talking about. We're going to let her go ahead and continue. Miss Scarlett?
The preachers I was talking about was Vadi Bachman, John MacArthur, and Justin Peters. Those three are really good to listen to online. They'll tell you about who's preaching falsely, and those are really good pastors.
And what was, I think you were going to say something about a particular point that they were making when it comes to a particular type of lifestyle, the alphabet community.
Oh, I think Vadi's really good about doing that, but he sits there and talks about mostly these other pastors. who are pretty famous are sitting there giving a pass to this lifestyle, saying, well, God loves us all. But, there's a lot of times where it says God despises liars. There's a lot of that. It's not all love. I hate for people to think that everybody's going to heaven, but the pathway is narrow. It's not wide open. There's not going to be as many people in heaven as people think.
Right. And a lot of folks don't know that. That's the trick behind it too, is that it clearly says in the Bible that all liars shall have their part in the lake of fire. So if you are sitting here, you got two lies that are going on. You got the person who's lying, saying, I am a woman, although they are clearly a man. You have the lie going on right there, and they're trying to convince everybody else that they are a woman, although they are a man. They go to liar. But then you also got the other ones who are encouraging that person to continue to live in the lie. And they're lying by agreeing with them and trying to tell everybody else that that person is indeed a woman as well. And it's crazy because I can't think of her name. Kevin's really good about this. I can't think of the swimmer name that got attacked.
Riley Gaines.
Riley Gaines got attacked. I don't know if you know about this, Mama Don, but she got attacked while speaking. And this, I kid you guys not. If you saw that, what the heck were the police doing? I thought, like, if you're being attacked, they're supposed to draw their guns and point it. Isn't that how that's supposed to go? I'm really confused. Like, I'm just being real. Now, I'm taking this back to where I grew up at. In the hood, I know, folks, in the hood, police come 30, 45 minutes late. But I got to say this. I've seen plenty of times where the police would show up and there could be a dude that's getting jumped. The police come out with those guns drawn. Get back, da, 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 da. Even the person that's getting jumped, they make sure that activity stop. And then they will handcuff everybody, even the person that was getting jumped. But what I'm saying that for is, this was clearly, these folks was coming for this girl. One of them actually attacked her. And you telling me that all the best the police could do was just to kind of keep on walking with her? Now, I get it. They got to have a procedure where they put her into a safe place. But what do you think would have happened if the police would have pulled their guns and told them all to get back?
They would have got back.
Now the question come to it is, why didn't that happen? Like, do you think that the police are at a state of mind right now to where they feel that even if they did do that and it was justified, people still gonna find some way? That's why we need to defund them.
Especially for that group. Here's what kills me. This group is trying to compare itself to Black people who have been oppressed over the years for their race. The race they were born with that they cannot change in any way. They are choosing this lifestyle. This is their choice. This is not something, you can't choose your race. You cannot choose your race. There is no comparison, but that's what they're doing. They're replacing Black racism with this. Oh, this is the same. No, there's nothing comparable about it. What Black people went through during Jim Crow is nothing compared. I mean, nothing. They could not change. You can't help how you're born. God made you. That's how you are. These people who did these things to these Black people in the 60s, honestly, if they haven't asked for forgiveness, and they should have went to all those people that they hurt at that time and asked forgiveness. But if they haven't, they're going to have their place in the fire. And the people who now are trying to compare themselves to the people who suffered back then, it makes me sick. You're choosing this. You do not have to dress like a woman. That's your choice. If you don't want to be picked on, just don't dress like a woman. It's not hard.
I'll be honest with you. I think I'm surprised, actually, that a lot of these so-called pro-Black organizations, I'm surprised a lot of them didn't chime in on that. That lets you know that it's all just a huge game. It's all about race baiting and sex baiting and gender baiting and all pronoun baiting, because that was a smack in the face to Black folks for the trans community that had the nerves to even say, this is like Black people being oppressed in slavery. I was really surprised. I was just waiting, but at the same time, I knew, because everybody knows that the biggest thing, which the caller made a big mistake on, the biggest thing that plagues black people in America is nothing to do with racism. It's
Not
still right
nowadays.
now, no, absolutely not. But for this community actually to say that and put it out there and nobody said a peep, you want to know why? Because people know that they are protected.
Well, I sit there and, well, not just, black people should be mad. Women should be mad. They're letting, we fought hard, I didn't, but, my ancestors fought hard to get to vote, to get to have the rights to have their own sports, to do all these things. And now men are coming in and taking that away from them. And I'm like, how are you not angry like Riley is? How are you not angry that these men are coming in and taking the things that you worked so hard for? You're not getting a sponsorship with Nike. This little dude with no boobs, he's getting it.
A little dude with no boobs.
The
Southern twang to it, too. Mama Don, that might be a t-shirt I'm going to be making. It's going to have Dylan face on it. Going to say, this dude, no boobs.
Well,
B-U-U-B-S.
he's just this little bitty man with no boobs, and he's wearing a bra. And I'm like, what? At least find a man who has some boobs.
Amongst your Southern belles that you are friends with, do you guys find it like appalling that, that
yes.
these men, I not tease people over it because I do it in a sarcastic way. You know me long enough, but I tease and say, man, ladies, all these things y'all talked about men being these misogynistic, egotistic, bigoted, da-da-da-da-da, y'all let these men come in and beat y'all at being women.
And I told this one man he was talking about, I said, look, you're more misogynist, whatever, I can't say the word.
A misogynist?
Yes, than any other man I've met because you think you can be a woman better than I can. And I was born this way. And I tell you what.
He gonna say, girl, I was too, honey. I was born this way too. It just happened to be in the wrong body.
Yeah, well, I want you to I tell you what, they'll never experience sitting in 7th grade wearing white pants or a white skirt and starting their period. They'll never go through that. And they'll never know the humiliation of that. But us women do. Probably every one of us have been through that. Some, that's embarrassing, but we have went through that. We know what that's like when it just all of a sudden happens and you're not expecting it. And you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to put my book bag back there and go to the bathroom.
They are suggesting that these young men take small little packets that's going to be distributed. They're frozen tomato paste that's made to fit up these men's hoo-ha. And once their body temperature gets to that frozen tomato paste, is going to allow it to flow out so they can experience having what you guys have.
That's not the same. It's not, their uterus isn't shed. That's what your period is your uterus shedding. It's shedding and it's painful. It's not like, oh, this is so fun. I remember, now this is the truth. When I first started my period, I would look at my brothers and I would be like, I wish I was a boy. I did. I wished I was a boy. I didn't want boobs. I didn't want a period because I like playing football. I love playing football with my friends. But I know I talk funny. Leave me alone.
Oh, Mama Don, I'm sorry for
We got 30 seconds and we need to get ready to go to break. But then we will explain why Ty's laughing. It's my fault. Absolutely. But everybody, you're listening to Cancel This with Ty Smith on the radio. We will be right back.
I thought it was my accent again. He's gone.
So he has to take a break real quick.
What did you do?
The reason for that, everybody, is because we're live on the radio, and you're not allowed to say bad words on the radio. And I thought Miss Scarlett was not saying shedding. I thought she was saying shitting. Now that we're not live on the radio, I can say it. But so that was the issue we were having, is I thought, so I had to cut her mic on the radio. Ooh. And Ty couldn't hear her anymore because of that. So that was the that
So
was
it was
the
my
issue.
accent.
And Scarlett, we can't hear you right now simply because of it's a soundboard issue. We will bring you back when we're back in like a minute and a half. But yeah, so I'm really sorry about that, everybody. That's why Ty was going crazy.
Oh boy, that's hilarious.
Now we can hear you, Mama Carol. It might cause an echo for everybody, but I think we can hear you now if you want to say something. Oh, nope, she's gone.
She's gone?
Yeah, she just left the stream.
Scarlett, come back.
I didn't mean to be mean.
No. She could, oh, trust me, that's nothing. Mama Don has some stuff. Haven't heard it was crazy. She is a strong lady. Scarlett.
Oh, she's back. Okay.
Sorry.
Where'd you go?
Sorry. I started laughing too. I have to get off.
Man. Yeah, I'm going to have to explain that one to the listening audience. That's going to be, man.
I'm really sorry.
So it was my accent's fault.
Yeah, I thought you were saying something that is not allowed on the radio.
I try not to cuss.
I haven't. I mean, in all my years in
It caught
knowing
me.
you.
It caught me off guard. I was like, it doesn't sound like. And then he explained it to me.
I don't think your uterus does that.
I was very surprised. Like I said, I was caught off guard.
Your uteruses can't do that.
No, I didn't think so.
They shed.
Shed. Yep.
Okay, shed.
No, it's fine. You're fine. I just wanted to be safe. I didn't want to lose my job today.
What do we get hit? I think we get hit, what, $100,000?
$100,000 fine, yeah, if we get caught doing stuff.
It's
like
just
that. You're fine. You're fine.
If they came down here, we all speak exactly the same.
Yeah, that's why I knew. I said I have a lot of family from the South, and I knew what you said. I knew what you said.
Well, I don't understand Yankees, so.
Ooh-wee. That was hilarious, man.
That's the first for me.
Bad, you should hear my nephews when they get together and they talk. I don't know what they're saying. They're country. Like
wait,
big
you're calling them country?
Oh no, I sound like I'm from up north compared to them.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming back in about 30 seconds, everybody.
That is hilarious. Bloomington Normal. How are you guys doing out there with this nice weather? I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio, go over to YouTube and type in Modern Renaissance Man in the search area, and you will click on a thumbnail or a picture that shows me live. And when you do that, you can see me live in the studio where you can interact with me, where I will be able to read off some of your comments. You can comment to me. I can read this off to the people listening to the area. You can also get a link to where you're able to come on and actually let your voice be heard to the rest of Central Illinois by clicking this link. All right, folks. So before we took the break, I know y'all probably heard a little bit of disturbances here up at Cities 92.9. And let me tell you what happened. We have Scarlett online with us right now, who is Southern, as y'all can tell by the accent. She was explaining what a female uterus does by saying men are not able to do anything like shedding. And the producer thought she said the S word.
Which is not allowed on the radio.
If y'all don't know, on the radio, we are not allowed swear words to come through because she's so Southern. She said these men are shedding, and Kevin thought that she said the SH. So that's what happened up here. If y'all want to know why things kind of got
So my sincerest apologies, everybody.
So Kevin is apologizing because he's being a misogynistic person. And I don't even know what you want to call that. He's a southerphobe now. He's an accentophobe, a countryphobe. So Miss Scarlett, you can go ahead and finish what you were saying about what these men.
I forgot.
You were saying that I was saying how they're actually convincing these young men to take frozen tomato paste, and they're putting it up themselves, and that's giving them a false menstrual cycle. And you saying these men not doing it because they don't have a uterus, they're not going to be doing any type of shedding, and that's when we broke Cities 92.9.
It's broke. Well, like I said, they don't have that. They don't have a uterus, and I can't even say it. I can't say the word now because
say it. You can say it because we know what you're saying now, so it's justifiable.
And when you have your period, what causes it is your uterus sheds. And, oh my God. And it's painful. And they'll never experience any of that. Oh, word.
Well, I'm sorry. I did post a video on my YouTube where they actually they're taking some of these guys that supposedly have transitioned over, and they're putting these electrodes on their lower abdominals, and they're turning the way up and giving them the sensation of what they say I guess a menstrual cramp may feel like, so to speak. So look, your dog growled when I said your dog growled when I said he don't even agree with that.
Stupid too. I mean, why would you want to experience it? It's not fun. I mean,
do you
think my whole point is we go through so many different things like menopause? How are they going to give themselves a hot flash? I'm going through menopause right now. It's miserable.
I don't know if you want to give them any ideas. They might end up having, they might end up having these boys go, I don't know, maybe have a flash sauna, or I don't know what they would do with
They'll have an idea when they get to hell.
Nice. So because I know that where you are in North Carolina, you guys are big on tradition. Now, I know that, like, according to what I call the internet streets, or what I call, like, online, I know that online, this is a huge trending fad thing. But do you actually see this out there amongst North Carolinians, or even where you're in the area? I don't want you to give away where you are, but in the country areas of you guys, do you even see this type of behavior?
You have to go to a bigger city to see it. I mean, I don't know anyone who's even gay. So, I mean, that tells you about what. I don't know anyone at all. I mean, I've seen them, of course, but not here, not in the, when I went to school, we had ideas of who might be, but I don't know personally anyone who's gay.
Do you know people that are trans?
No.
I wanted to chime in, Ty, because I go to college. I'm a college student at Illinois State University. And there's a person I see consistently out on the quad and in our dining centers and such, balding on top, kind of has some hair coming down off the sides and such, wears consistently, almost every day, like the same outfit. It's fishnets, a short little mini skirt, and like a Hello Kitty crop top, and then little cat ears on a headband. And I do not know what they claim to identify as or whatever, but it is quite obviously a man that pretends to be something else. I don't know what, but something.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad, but I'm so happy my dad's gone now and he wouldn't do well. My daddy used to make fun of my brothers that they wore pink. I can't imagine.
I mean, Miss Scarlett, I don't know if you ever watched that show, and which is one of my favorite shows. and I'm not promoting it, folks. I'm not sponsored by them at all. Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
I love that show, and I got if your dad was anything like how Frank is in that show, I can have an idea because Frank, I think your dog agrees. Frank is sort of like that type too. Like if he even see anything that doesn't fit the caliber of a masculine man, he would call his boys like, "Oh, what's wrong with you, Nancy?" He'll just kind of throw little things out there like that because he's such a masculine guy that if they show any type of things that weren't like that, he would call them out on it.
Yeah, my brother had a pink polo shirt, and my daddy said, "Well, look at what a fruit just walked in the door." I mean,
oh no,
he wasn't very. No, I wasn't even allowed to watch Three's Company because they talked about that.
Wow, I don't even know what that even is. So you got me with that.
I bet Will and Grace was like absolutely big no-no in that household.
I mean, I was moved out when that came on, but when I was little, it was two girls and a guy living together, and to live there, he had to pretend like he was gay, and they just talked about he really wasn't. But the landlord, he would sit there and make fun of him and do this little Tinkerbell thing all the time.
I'm willing, by today's standards, that's offensive. By today's standards,
oh yeah,
absolutely.
A straight guy pretending to be gay, God forbid.
Yeah, I mean, it was a funny show. We would sneak and watch it. Me and my brother. We had this little teeny, 19-inch screen TV, black and white. We would watch it, but we had to turn the channel. We sat real close to the TV and would, turn the, because back then we didn't have remote controls, or we call them clickers down here. We didn't have that. I remember my dad yelling one time. I was next door playing, and he's yelling at me, and I'm like, "What? Turn this TV for me." So I was his remote.
Miss Wendy just got done saying, she said her son's pediatrician is now a trans woman.
Yeah, I get a new pediatrician.
Now, okay, so with that, in your area though, Miss Scarlett, do you think, and I'm just being honest, do you think that if anybody was to display such beautiful and elegant clothing as Kev described as the person that comes on this campus, what do you think your community really would do towards that? I'm not talking about like being physical. What do you think? Would they really be outspoken about it? Would they say something about it? Because
you will probably be rolling around on the ground laughing when they want. I mean, they don't care. If you came in our neighborhoods or anything around here, that's because a lot of the older people sit out on their porches and stuff. They would probably start laughing.
Because the only reason why I say that because I know that they're I think that that's why I was wondering, because I know that they would laugh, and I'm pretty sure because you guys are very, which I love, you guys are very, very forthcoming, and you guys will speak out, because like the time you told me wherever you said your mom said something about it. What you say? Your mom said something about an ugly child?
We left a baby shower, and she said, bless us. No, it was a woman. She did call baby ugly, but she told this about this woman. She said, she may not can help she's ugly, but she could have stayed home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying if they would say something like that, would you think that comments and everything would be thrown out there? Like, if I'm just thinking about in the South. I'm stereotyping right now. Shoot me, but I'm thinking in the South, people just outside enjoying on their porch, on their swings, those big old wraparound porches, and you see that elegant, floaty twinkle-toed person that Kev described coming down the road. Would they actually? I know they would laugh, but would they actually say something out loud, like?
I think some of the younger ones would. The older ones would, like I said, would probably just laugh, and unless they came up to their, house, then I believe the older ones would ask them what's wrong with them. I mean, my mama would. My mama has no filter whatsoever. She'd say, "Honey, what's wrong with you? You ain't got no clothes. Somebody steal yours."
And that's what that leads me into pretty much my next thing here a little bit, is that we have come into a point in our world right now to where now what you're saying right now, they want you to feel bad about it. They want you to feel condemned about it, because what you guys in the South will be displaying is hate speech.
Well, it's not. There's a difference between hate speech and, okay, expecting me to accept something that I can't see. I can't see that you're a woman. I see you dressed like a woman. Don't make you a woman. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. And I don't think anybody, I mean, I would never be right out cruel or mean to anyone. My mom would. I wouldn't. But I can't sit there and, say for sure that I'm going to call you a ma'am when you look like a sir.
And wouldn't it be a deal where you're not even trying to? I guess what I'm saying, and we coming up on another break here, so I'll close it out. But wouldn't it? This is just kind of like a rhetorical question. Wouldn't it be smart to not want to actually dress in such a way to even draw attention to yourself, even if you were a biological woman? If you dress a particular type of way, you looking pretty much slutty, you looking like a whore, or from the hood, you look like a hoe. If you're looking like that and you're drawing that attention, you are opening yourself up to be targeted by other people to say, to laugh, to joke, to throw stones, metaphorically speaking, folks, at you if you're looking that particular way. So let alone if a woman biologically dresses a certain way, looks a way, and she's getting those type of things thrown at her, what do you think is going to happen that you as a tall, barely hairy grown man looks like just a basic woman? What do you think is going to happen? We'll get into that a little bit more when we come back, folks. We'll be taking a break right here. See you in a bit. All right, folks, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you've been in here, hit that like button right now so this video can be circulated. Been having a nice little time having Miss Scarlett on here. I'm not going, man. Mama Don, that did it right there with Kev. He should have saw his face when he hit that button too. I didn't know what happened. I thought like, what? And he was like,
I'm gonna have my nephews come on here so you can just hear them. You're like, I don't know what they said.
Man, that would. I'm definitely gonna be on. That definitely is gonna be a short right there. That's gonna be made into a short.
I don't know. Well, you guys can all go check out my YouTube channel too.
Yeah, let them know.
I just want to let you guys know. I was talking about that earlier when you left briefly. But if you guys like dumb stuff like that, where I make really bad judgments in the heat of the moment, you can go check out Speechless with Kev Ferris. I comment every once in a while. Hey. I just did that right there. So you guys can go look me up.
You know how to bring your channel? Do you know how to bring your channel and put the link in there so they can just click on it?
Oh, I could do that. Yeah. I'll put it on there. I'll comment it through your stuff. But no, I got a fun show tomorrow talking a lot about all this Dylan Mulvaney bull crap. So
perfect.
It'll be a good show. 3 to 5 is when I do my show on Sundays. So same time, different day.
Yeah, make sure y'all go over there, and he's getting ready to put it up here. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to Kev as well, because I can guarantee you the fact that he's associated with this and associated with me, YouTube is probably going to be doing some shadow banning on him as well. Guaranteed or your money back.
Okay, we're about to come back with your show, and then I'll get that link posted.
Bloomington Normal. We are back here at Cities 92.9. You are listening to me, Ty Smith, your host, a.k.a. Modern Renaissance Man. My show is called Cancel This. The phone number here is 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at that same number. And if you would like, which I recommend you do if you're at home, go onto YouTube and in the search, type in Modern Renaissance Man, where you will be able to click a thumbnail or a picture that shows me live. I am in the studio here at Cities 92.9 where I can interact with you and you can interact with me. You can leave comments. You can actually click a link to be able to come up and let your voice be heard. And right now we have in here Miss Scarlett from the Carolinas, who was just kind of giving us some good laughs for one because of the Southern accent, but then also an idea about how people that may be from her neck of the woods are seeing things. And the reason why I say that is because of this. Ladies and gentlemen, we mainly see these things out here on social media. The person that Kev just described, I have not even seen that person around this area. I have not. Now, I am going to say this too. The reason why I asked Miss Scarlett earlier if she see these things in her area that she lives in, the reason I asked her is this. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. This is not seen in the hood. Y'all hear me? Cities 92.9? This is not seen in the hood. I'm only saying this because I want to keep things real and I want to give you the reality of it. It used to make me wonder as a young guy. We grew up, we knew, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I'm not going to say their name, but we knew of a few people that were feminine. Their temperament was feminine. You know, they didn't want to wrestle with the rest of us. They didn't even want to get dirty. They would ride bikes with us and all that, but they didn't want to play basketball. They didn't want to wrestle. They didn't want to play box. They didn't even want to play dodgeball. But one thing them dudes could do, them twinkle-toe fairies could dance their butts off. Boy, Chicago, boy, they would be percolating. They were out. They was beating the girls. These dudes was beating the girls at dancing. But we always knew it was something different about them and all that, this, that, and the other. What I want to say is this. Naturally, nobody taught us as young men to look at them and judge their demeanor and their temperament and think that something was different about them. They didn't come off as being like the rest of us boys. You know what I mean? Now, the reason why I'm saying is because the world right now would try to twist that and say that we were being transphobic or we were being homophobic. No, we weren't. We were simply looking at it and saying they're not acting like us. They're not rough like us. They didn't even say stop. They said zop. If we push them, they're zah. We're like, dude, why are you talking like that?
I want to see, what I really want to see, Ty, is a trans person come up to you and then you just cower in fear in the corner.
Oh,
like, that's because you're so transphobic, right? You're so transphobic.
Man, you know me. I'm the scariest dude in the world. I mean,
if be so scared and everything. Like, you'd be a little scaredy cat of these people that are men dressing like women and vice versa.
Yeah, because, up here, like the guy mentioned earlier, this is only entertainment. Guys, me saying this stuff about trans stuff like that, if they happen to see me out in the public and approach me, I'm really a wimp. So please don't. If you see me here in the Central Illinois area or the Chicago area, the Missouri area, and you trans and you want to come and confront me, please don't, because I'm very scared.
You're gonna need a trigger warning, aren't you? You're gonna need a trigger warning and everything about.
Yeah, yep. I'm just gonna please don't. I'm gonna be scared. I only do this behind the camera. I'm like that guy on what was that, Iron Man, where he played this big, huge, big-time terrorist, whatever like that. But then when Iron Man finally confronted him, he was just an actor. So don't come and scare me, folks.
That's Ty right there.
If you approach me and you intimidate me, I'm going to tell you, Zah! So anyway, what I'm saying that for is we in the hood area, and even still to this day, they frown upon that. So like I said, what the part I hate about this is that you can get away with it in social media. But if you go to certain neighborhoods and certain areas, they still don't like it. They still don't accept it. And they will literally try to hurt you and harm you because they don't want you bringing around those kids. So an example I'm going to give you guys, something that happened. I'm not going to say it. It just happened 3 days ago. The people that they are allowing to come up to these schools and read to these kids. This did not make national news, and it won't. And I guarantee you it won't. A certain individual that was going around to these schools and reading to these kids that the parent disapproved of, they beat this person almost to death. Y'all don't hear about that, do y'all? Y'all don't hear that in local news, do you? Y'all don't know about this, do you?
Nope.
Because the reason, and this is in Illinois, by the way, the reason why y'all don't hear about this is because they don't want to show you guys that this is something that they're dealing with. Number one, they're not doing it because the person is dressing up like a drag queen. They're doing it because they saying, why, as a grown man, do you want to go looking like that and trying to read to my kids and teach them that it's okay for them to be like that? Be careful with this, and I'll let you jump in here real quick, Miss Scarlett, but I just want that to sink in. They didn't beat this person up because he is dressing up like a drag queen and maybe being at his own little drag queen strip club, whatever it is. They did it because the fact that he's purposely, with the intentions, is going into schools and reading to kids and pushing that propaganda and pushing that rhetoric, that narrative, the ideology onto their kids and telling them it's okay if they want to be like him. That's why they did it to him. So I'll let you go ahead and jump in on it, Miss Scarlett.
Well, where I live, I don't think we would probably if he was around the kids, there would be a lot of shotguns pulled out and he would be, told to leave. I don't think anybody beat him up, but like I said, anywhere around in this neighborhood, if someone like that tried to come around our kids, there would be a lot of shotguns. I mean, a lot. I don't think there's a person in this neighborhood who doesn't own guns. Most of us have signs, no trespassing, you will be shot.
There should be one called now. You said no trespassing?
Yeah, no trespassing.
Oh man, Miss Scarlett, you just gave me an idea. I might make a sign that said no trespassing.
That's a good idea. I don't think, but like I said, they're not around here. They're just not. If they were feel the need to be there, I'm sure they would move somewhere else. I don't think they would stay here. Not where I live.
I mean, Miss Scarlett, don't you think that it's ridiculous that people are trying to tell us who we have a right to like and dislike when it all comes down to it?
Well, like I told someone who told me, if you don't agree with trans people, then you're a bigot. I said, it sounds like you're the bigot. You're judging me and telling me who I'm supposed to like and who I'm supposed to dislike.
Exactly.
How I'm supposed to feel. That's fascism. You're telling me what I should do.
That's my whole point in saying all this, is that it's amazing that they could throw all these labels out on you because you don't agree with them. And not only that, honestly, I do say this. I say this. I don't hate any of them at all. I do not at all. But if they come and try to present a certain type of energy towards me, not only am I going to reciprocate it, my energy is going to be greater. So you know how they say every action has an equal and opposite reaction? I say not mine. If somebody come at me with a certain type of way, I'm trust me, mine's going to be greater. I'm going to say stop. But no. But no, that's what I'm saying. Nobody has a right. Like right now, there are people that look just like me that I don't like. It's this huge thing, and I'm going to have to definitely give you some of these links, Mama Don. Kev know about it. It's this thing called Aaron Knows Channel, Fight Club, Chaotic Truth. We get on here and we talk about things, and I'm telling you right now, if anybody from the alphabet community came into this realm of these discussions that we talk about, they would probably try to shut the channels down. And the reason I'm saying that is because of this. We have pride in saying, who the freaking heck are you to tell me who I can and who I cannot like? Exactly. I don't associate myself with criminal thugs. I don't care what you look like. I don't like criminals. I don't like thugs. I don't like child sexual assaulters. I don't like them. So who are you to tell me that I can't say that I don't like them and then try to put an ick on the end of it or a phobia on the end of it? Because I don't like grown men mess with little children. How you gonna try to call me I have pedophobia? That's ridiculous. I don't like people that's like that because you're gonna do harm to children. So it's the same exact thing. Be who you want to be, act like you want to act, be trans, be homo, be binary, cis, bis, gis, guys, but you're not going to go around telling children who have not been able to make that decision for themselves once they became adults, mature-wise and in mind, you're not going to go around and tell them this is okay to do this right now when they haven't even been able to have a chance to make a decision to say if it's okay or not.
Yeah, children if they can't smoke a cigarette, then what in the world? I mean, my kids to this day, they're adults. They will send me their Christmas list and they will change it 2 weeks before Christmas. I mean, if they can't make up their mind what they want for Christmas, what do you think a little kid is? They can't keep, like I said, when I was young, I wanted to be a boy because I didn't like having boobs. It hurt when I would catch the football. We would play football and I didn't like it. I didn't like having a period. I wanted to be a little boy. But I mean, if my mama would, she ignored me. She says, "Oh, you'll grow out of that," and I did. Of course, I still play with my Barbies.
Oh wow, nice. Well, you know what?
Everything in my room was pink. Everything.
Nice. Here's the thing, though, and we have come to the end of the show, Miss Scarlett. We definitely enjoy having you on here. We definitely got to have you back on here again. What I like about that is that you said something that was important. You wanted to do the things that the boys did, et cetera, and you didn't like the football hitting you in your chest and all that. You said you grew out of it. That's the kicker right there, ladies and gentlemen. To those of you that are listening right now, that is the kicker. Let the kids get to a point in their lives where they can make a decision. Let's see if they grow out of it, which 80+% of them do. Folks, you're listening to 692.9 News Talk Bloomington, Norman. We are out of here. God bless.
Bye.
You